Okay, so what we'll be doing in this tutorial is we're going to look at creating an image sequence in After Effects. So I'm going to use this test animation frames, and I'm going to come in and create a new composition. I have my composition set for 10 seconds. I only have 60 frames here with testing, so this is fine. I'm going to click OK. I already put an audio track in, and we're just going to go and import these frames. So when you go into import, you go import file, and the file I want is test anim frames in here, and this is out of Toon Boom Harmony, so we're going to go into frames. If I just click on the first frame and I turn on PNG sequence and click import, it'll import the sequence as a movie. So let me put this into the comp real quick, and you'll see I just have every 10 frames I drew another number. So that's what we're looking for. If you can't get this to show up correctly, I'm going to delete this, and I will delete it up here. I'm just going to demo how to set it up manually. So I'm going to go ahead and import files, and I'm going to do the same thing. But this time I'm going to turn off PNG sequence. So you click on your first frame, hold down Shift, get all of your frames, and click import. And now it's going to put all the frames into your project folder instead of one frame that's already been compressed into a project. So I'm going to click and drag down into my composition, and they're all selected. And what I want is I want to make sure they're selected in the correct order. So I have to pick frame 1 first. So I'm going to click over here to deselect all of my frames. I'm going to click on my first frame, and then scroll down, hold down Shift, and click on my last frame. Now I have to tell the computer how long I want each frame to be held for. So to do that, I'm just going to grab all the frames and shrink them down to 1 frame, because I don't want this on 2s, I want it on 1s. And I'm just dragging it in until I can't drag anymore, and then I know I have 1 frame. Now that I have my 1 frame, I'm going to, again, if I want 2 frames, I just pull this out 1 more. I'm going to go up under Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Create Sequence. I don't want overlap for this, and just click OK. And now, when I scroll, you'll see that they are in sequence. And if I move my playhead, every 10 frames it changes number. And that's how you do this. So the other thing is, now that I have all these frames, I don't want them to go out of order. If I go to put a lip sync to this, or some audio tracks to this, I want to make sure they stay in order. So while I still have them selected, I can right click and pre-compose. I can also just create a new comp and drag this comp into it. So we're just going to pre-compose, and I'm going to name it frames. And now inside of my comp 1 I have frames. I'm going to bring my audio down, and I did hold for 3 seconds on this audio after the beep, but just to show you. So there's my audio starting. And that's how you do it. So you would just go through and export as normal.